We call in highest light, wholest love, deepest knowing, highest intent for ourselves, the universe, and all those we're connected to. We call in our highest guides, gods, guards, entities, angels, energies, ascended masters, elementals, and divine ETs to help us, guide us, and protect us. Please bring through the highest resonating, most important information and energies. Please help me translate those information and energies as cleanly and clearly as possible to you, and also help you receive and experience your own messages and information as well. Okay, so we are here on a Sunday morning after some big events yesterday. And so let me just tune in here with Spirit Team and see what we've got going on. And I just have to chuckle because right out of the gate, usually right out of the gate, they always tell me, and I'm going to do it again. First message for you, and this pertains to everybody watching this video, everybody needs to slow down. You need to slow down. You need to do your breath work. You're in, you're out, you're grounding out, get grounded into the earth, really locate your center. And the Ascended Master standing right here, he's saying, no, don't just listen to Dana, like hit the pause button, like really do this. Too many of us are running around on the planet not actually doing that, and we're not in our right head space, we're not in our right heart space, we're not in our right body space. Many of us are not even in our bodies, and what this Ascended Master is saying is because of that, this is how poor decision making happens, and with those poor choices, poor actions happen, and with the poor actions, then unfortunate incidents happen. So do yourself a favor, especially in this Mars-Uranus conjunct. Slow down, ground, breathe, center, get into your wherewithal right here. Okay, it's from here, I guess, no accident, I'm wearing this t-shirt. It's from this center space that you're going to function better. Now, Ascended Master is saying, now, as pertaining to the events that happened yesterday concerning the political rally, and there was a lot of drama that happened. My spirit team does not want me naming names that has to do with a resonance thing, but I'm sure you can pick up what I'm talking about. The Ascended Master is saying there's a lot of energetic cloak and dagger stuff going on right now that is distracting us. Distracting from the more important paths that all of us have. We each have our own spiritual path, and we each have our own spiritual development. And things like what happened yesterday, although important, they are distracting. And this is a message to you to turn it all off and really get tuned and grounded back into you and your spiritual path and what you are here on the planet for, because that ultimately is more important than drama going on in the outside world. So, and and he's being real clear about that. It's kind of a rip off the Band-Aid moment of like, point of view, snap to it, snap out of it, snap out of the stuff, and come back to you, ground, breathe, center, in your body, you on your own spiritual path, in your own spiritual journey. Now, the next thing he wants to talk about is your vibrational level. As you do that, just gently be asking yourself, where am I vibrating at? Am I vibrating in a 3D frame of reference, 4D, 5D, 6D? Where's my vibrational reference happening? It's really important, especially over the next, he's saying, especially over the next number of weeks, as continued burping, which means there's energy moving, especially over the next few weeks, as there is timeline jumping happening, timeline shifts happening, timeline arcs happening. He's saying there is going to be a number of very intense things that happen over the next 4 to 5 weeks. 4 to 5 weeks. We are at a crucible moment right now. It's going to be so important that you are taking care of you. And yes, there's going to be stuff popping off in the outside world. And sure, it's important to know, be paying attention what's going on. But what is even more important, is you being in your grounded breathing center and referencing where you're at vibrationally, because he is saying now more than ever, it is very important for you to be aware of you being in your body on your spiritual path. Okay, and there's another message coming in. Let me just kind of tune in here. Now, he's also talking about also the next number of weeks, there is going to be more and more and more of a defining line of how we do things, how we live our daily lives. And what he's talking about is the difference of the old way of doing things, the 3D old way of doing things, which is like have a goal, have an agenda, and drive forward on that. Just one foot in front of the other. Drive, 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 forcefully move forward on that. And that MO is working less and less and less on the planet. The MO that is working more and more and more on the planet is, yes, having your goal, having your intent in your center, vibrating in your center, and your action base coming from a place of answering to the unfolding. Now, the old way, 3D way, is a very straight linear line. The unfolding way is like ups and downs, cycles, ins and outs. It's a very feminine energy. So let me say that again. It's having that intent of where you want to go and the direction and being aware of that, or having spirit team help show you where you're at and the compass setting the direction you're headed. And then being in that center and allowing things to come to you, allowing the unfolding to happen, and your action orientation being to answering to that at any given moment. Two different ways of doing this. And what Spirit Team is saying is, yes, a lot of apple carts are going to be upset over the coming weeks. Things, the way they used to work, are not going to work that way anymore. They're going to work more in the new way that Dana's describing to you and less in the old way. And then he's saying, if you feel like you're trying to do the new way and it's not working for you, he's saying, that's okay. Be present, be patient, be still, allow it to line up. He says there are stormy periods between the old version and the new version. And that stormy period, it may feel like it's rough waters, or things are not lining up, or the proverbial apple cart is getting upset. And he's like saying, that's okay. That's normal. You're literally going from one plane or one version of how things work to a whole other plane, a whole other version of how things work. And there may very well be turbulence. And if you hit turbulence, if you hit that stormy, turbulent weather, and it's not all kind of like working out, and it's not all lining up, or you can't fully know or hear spiritually what's going on, he's saying, be patient, hold presence with that. It will come through. It will line up. The main thing is not to freak out, not to panic. Because when you panic, you constrict. And when you constrict, you can't hear. You're more likely to go into fear, the fight, flight, freeze. It's harder to function from that place. Okay. Oh, and he wants me to talk about this. So my work is in body-based money relationship, the magic of somatic money. And he wants me to make note to all of you that this all also pertains to money. And many of us are going through this transition of working with money from the old way that it used to work into the new way that it used to work. And if you feel like you have been in a holding pattern with your money, he is saying that is about ready to break free. You are about ready to begin to connect up all the pieces and parts of how the money works. He's saying, oh, this first wave of people with the new money, the new way, we've been in a holding pattern for a very, very, very long time. It's been very, very frustrating because all these little different pieces of the puzzle have had to come together before Spirit World puts us online. And what he's saying is, it's close, it's happening, it's almost there, and hold your space, hold your presence with that. That is coming through. You will begin to see a difference in how your money is functioning, and being very aware of the old way that used to do money and the new way that used to do money. And he's saying we're going to have Dana talking about that a lot more in the coming weeks. So I hope you all have a great week. Make it a good one. Sending good vibes your way.